Hi, welcome back to my second video. So today we're just going to keep it short and simple. Is cybersecurity worth it in 2024? If you're looking to break in or switch careers, I'm going to give you 4 reasons why I think that this should be a career or industry that you join. I'll start with the first reason. If you're anything like me, then you are financially motivated. You need to be in a financially rewarding career. Cybersecurity is definitely your home. Even starting out or entry level, I'll say depending on where you live and the city, base pay tends to be a lot higher than it is in other areas. I'd say even in the entry level aspect, your base salary can be a lot higher than other industries. And that's even if you're technical or non-technical. I've seen pretty high ends on both ends of on either side of the cyber world, and including myself, starting out in both a technical and non-technical role, pretty much making the same, and I'm still entry level. So yeah, but I'm pretty sure the average should be around 70 to 80,000, even 90, depending on where you live. But for entry level, that is pretty good. That's a great salary. And especially the more skills you gain, the longer you're in the industry, the more money you can make. So definitely cybersecurity is one of the most rewarding areas financially. Okay, secondly, I wanted to bring up job security. We don't want to work in an industry where we know that we won't have a job for the foreseeable future, like industries like fossil fuels. You don't really need as many miners today as you did back then, right? So cybersecurity, with constantly evolving threats, you have people attacking hospitals, the government, businesses, even people just for fun, for financial gain. Your threat vectors are constantly changing, and your education and your knowledge and your skills need to keep up with that change. So if you're one of the few people who are interested in this area because you want to keep learning, just know that you'll never be bored in this industry, whether you're on the technical end as a cyber engineer or non-technical end in compliance. There's always going to be something new that you need to learn, whether it's laws or the newest, coolest themes and, systems like that. 3, this would be an area that I think is kind of fun, and this ties into the last part about updating your skills. With technological advancements, you have things like Internet of Things devices that can't necessarily be attacked from those devices, but if they're on the network, they're vulnerable. So learning how to protect against those things is going to make you very valuable in the industry. Also, a fun intersectionality between cybersecurity and artificial intelligence gives you the opportunity to become a cyber AI engineer in the future, right? And these aren't popular roles right now, but you got to think more long term, because AI is not heavily regulated right now. But in the future, it will be. People will find vulnerabilities. I know people are already hacking ChatGPT to say the wrong things, right? So just imagine the scale, the magnitude of how serious this could be if you use large language models, or if you use LLMs or anything like that, and your data is delivered. These are things that might be of interest to you. The great part is that cybersecurity always overlaps with other industries. Lastly, we'll talk about compliance, regulations. This is the unsexy part of cybersecurity. That's just what I hear people say. This is not the fun stuff like configuring firewalls and reading security logs and incident response. This is literally just auditing your IT environment on a regular basis, making sure people are prepared in the event something happens, keeping up with laws, making sure that depending if you're private or public, making sure that your equipment in-house comes from reputable sources and things like that. And like I said, I always think that there's room for everyone at the table. So even if you don't want to be technical, the non-technical side has a spot for you as well. We live in an information age, so data is always at risk. You have companies that are always selling our information. You have bad actors trying to steal your information so they can exploit you in different ways. So you definitely can play your part in the GRC world by making sure that before specific pieces of software are released or anything like that, you can properly vet and make sure that your organization is doing their best to ensure leaks don't get out there, that data leaks aren't too severe, because everything is preventable. If anything, I think this is the most important area, because a lot of companies are realizing that they put out software in a lazy manner. They don't ensure their APIs are safe. With GRC, you can make sure that you put in all your safety measures and your controls are in place before things go out. Over time, we're going to see more mandates, more regulations, and things like that coming from the government to make sure that companies are doing their part before something devastating happens. That is all I have for you today. This was just a quick chat, a little bit of a brain dump. These are a lot of questions that I get on a day-to-day basis online. So anything to help you guys figure out if this is an area you still want to work in, absolutely